So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother,
So come let us walk hand in hand, because this is our land. So come my brother, come my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. I want to welcome you to the hub. I also want to ask of you, the viewers on Facebook and YouTube, to please share the live. Those on Vibes 101.3 FM and 106.3 FM, call a neighbor, call a friend, and tell them I am on. The hub is on. I want to start off tonight by saying to you, when you listen to the candidates that Peter David and his party put out there and their vision, what they would focus on, what are the things they will work on, it's laughable what I heard from them, and it's what's happening now, and even more. So yes, they say or spoke about things like proper health care, proper farm roads, apprenticeship program, infrastructure this, infrastructure that, water, access to water, and that kind of thing. But I'm like, this is happening now, and it is all about throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. It's happening in every village, in every constituency, in every parish. So they've ramped it up, they've intensified the work. So I listened to I went back and I listened to the launch yesterday. And I mean, you can be the judge. When you listen to these people, you realize that that party is a joke. You realize that they are not serious. And they remind me of NNP. Because when NNP is on the platform, they do not speak anything of substance. They do not put forward any programs, any plans, any vision, anything. Right? And if you listen to these people, you wonder whether they have a plan, whether they have something really serious for Grenada. Because in other words, okay, you want to do what the NDC is doing, so why then should we have you there and not continue with the NDC? This is kind of common sense. You have to come with something new. You have to come with something fresh. You have to come with something that's going to wow the people. But this is what they're coming with.
Meanwhile, the Democratic People's Movement officially introduced its 8 candidates to contest key constituencies in Grenada's next general election. The introduction came during the party's Congress on Sunday.
The candidates unveiled are Andy Best for St. Patrick West, Pamela Williams for St. Andrew North East, Alvin Hollis for St. Andrew North West, Aaron Lewis for St. Andrew South West, Charmaine Gibbs for St. George South, Christopher Kojo for Carriacou and Petite Martinique, Ali Gill for St. John, and Peter David, who will contest the town of St. George. Each candidate took to the podium to outline their vision and priorities, addressing what they described as pressing socio-economic challenges facing the country. Issues such as job creation, community development, and national growth were highlighted throughout their presentations. A recurrent theme among the candidates was the need to improve Grenada's healthcare system. Several speakers pointed to gaps in access, quality of care, and infrastructure, while emphasizing their commitment to delivering better health services for all citizens.
I will fight for proper health service in our parish and, of course, in the nation on a whole.
I'm elected. I will fight for farm roads on a public maintenance schedule, health stations that are stocked and staffed 24/7, and an apprenticeship program that keep young people in Grenada instead of watching them leave.
My generation is ready to build. We are not the future. We are the now. I am not coming to sit. I am coming to work. I come for this work.
I've seen in my community the denigration of many things. Our healthcare system is in shambles. We don't have reliable sources of water, even if we live in the places where the most rivers are. And I've decided that I would pick up the mantle with you and work hard to bring resources to St. Andrews Southwest.
If elected, I will push for infrastructure that keeps this constituency moving. Roads that connect our communities and support the tourism industry that drives our economy.
Oh, man. You know, I just have to laugh. That is what Peter David is offering. That is what DPM is offering. Let's take it slowly. Because you don't have to be a genius to realize that these parties are joking. And that they don't have plans, they don't have nothing, they're empty. This thing is like a child play. So let's take it slowly.
Community development and national growth were highlighted throughout their presentations. A recurrent theme among the candidates was the need to improve Grenada's healthcare system. Several speakers pointed to gaps in access, quality of care, and infrastructure, while emphasizing their commitment to delivering better health services for all citizens.
I will fight for proper health service.
Right. So this guy is saying he will fight for proper health service. Okay, all right, proper health service. The NDC at the moment, they are renovating, upgrading 21 medical stations. Some they have started already, some they will start in April. And that's what they met. They met a lot of these dilapidated buildings where the medical stations are located. So the NDC is upgrading that. The NDC is improving that, right? We know of some that were already upgraded and already reconditioned. We know of the arrangement with Mount Sinai and the improvements in the health system across the board. We know about the nurses from Ghana. We know of the specialist doctors from Nigeria. We know of the 81 nurses that were given scholarship of some type, right, at SGU. We know about the 30 doctors who were given scholarships from Grenada, the taxpayers, right, the NDC administration, doctors, 30 of them to pursue a medical degree. Right, we know about the new kitchen for the General Hospital. We know about the ambulances, the new ambulances for the General Hospital. We know that in nearly all not nearly all the parishes, they have dental chairs, and people are getting dental health at those hospitals, clinics at the primary level. We know about the mental health services that are provided at the in the six parishes. And we can go on and on and on and on. Nurses have gotten an increase in their salaries. Doctors have gotten an increase in their salaries. More nurses are being made permanent. And we can go on and on. Mammograms, you can get it at the hospital now. They just signed an agreement with a doctor and his team from Florida to do surgeries, to team up, to work together. They have digitalized the record system within. I mean, we can go on and on and on. But this is what these people are talking about. What new are you offering?
In our parish, and of course,
But in St. Patrick, the NDC is done to upgrade and renovate that facility in Sautez. I mean, I don't know.
in the nation on a whole.
I'm elected. I will fight for farm roads on a public
She's fighting for farm roads
maintenance schedule.
on a public maintenance schedule, meaning the debushing program. That is what she's talking about. She would fight for farm roads on a public maintenance program. It's to debush, to clean the road, to cut the road for farm roads. But that's happening. That's happening. I mean, what more? So she's advocating for the debushing program, more or less, maintenance, as she's saying it, for farm roads.
Health station that are stock and staff 24/7.
Well, government is already stocking health stations and staffing them. They've gone as far as to get nurses from Ghana and doctors from Nigeria. They've invested a lot in doctors locally. What is this? We have a new hospital facility starting on Friday. The sod would be turned on Friday, and they would start the construction of that new hospital facility. It's like, okay, what are you coming with new? What are you offering new?
And an apprenticeship program that keep young people in Grenada instead of watching them leave.
Right, there's a lot of apprenticeship program. They just team up with the Grenada National Training Agency. They have Gray's training school, or that's Miss Gray on Ichibili Street there. They team up with her. They team up with NULO. They team up with, there's another institute that they team up with, right? There is the Women in Agriculture Initiative or program, Youth in Agriculture. You have the Elevator Youth Program. You have the workforce digital workforce initiative, and a number of the Empower program continues. So hundreds of young men. You have the Imani training program that continues. I mean, what? Boy, it's not even funny. That is what they're offering.
My generation is ready to build. We are not the future.
Yes, we are the future, but we are also the now. They need to tell you that. Yes, your generation, our generation, we are the future, but we are also the now. They need to tell you that. And this thing is like comedy central with this individual. I don't know the guy, but
We are the now. I am not coming to sit. I am coming to work. I come for this work.
I've seen in my community the denigration of many things. Our healthcare system is in shambles. We don't have reliable sources of water. Even if we
what's wrong with these people? The government is now laying pipes under the UK SIF project. And thank God the NDC was able to get back that project, grant money, and they lay pipes in the St. Andrew area, on the western side, all the way down to St. George's and St. George south of the island. They're upgrading the sewer system. Nawasa have water storage, nearly all about 5,000 gallon water storage in so many locations. pipe lane, left, right, and center. I mean, these people don't have no ideas. They have nothing creative, nothing smart, nothing new, nothing fresh. What they enter this thing for? That is what Peter David offering the Grenadian people.
Live in the places where the most rivers are. And I've decided that I would pick up the mantle with you and work hard to bring resources to St. Andrew Southwest.
If elected, I will push for infrastructure that keeps this constituency moving.
Well, you're in the south of the island, my dear, so you want to run against the Honorable Andy Williams in the south of the island. Look at the kind of infrastructure that he has been able to get for that constituency, all the back roads, and they're still building more roads. In fact, I saw him on the weekend volunteering to fix a nice piece of concrete road in his constituency, jogging water and doing all kind of stuff. They have the you call it, not Saraka. It's like when you're doing self-help in the community. It's not Saraka, but self-help. I think that's how they call it, where you get the material and you build. So the masons come out, the carpenters, the helpers, the people come out and they throw a bucket, or a spade or sand, gravel, they joke that, or that kind of thing. So that's the way to go. Maroon, thanks. Maroon, that's self-help, but maroon. That's the right thing. And people cook food in the community, and that is happening.
Roads that connect our communities.
Talk about roads that connect our community, and look at the amount of. In fact, I believe South St. George have the most amount of roads. You could even talk about network. You go from Belmont into Jangle, into Cafe, into Gulf Coast, down to the Grandin side. You go Mount Hartman. You go into the Lime Springs area. You go inside, outside. You go into housing scheme Frequente. I mean, they have Calais, a lot of roads in that part, in the south of the island. It's a lot. So, boy, I don't know. What are they offering new though?
And support the tourism industry that drives our economy. I will advocate for a proper medical facility, healthcare that serves our people with dignity. I will work to ensure our young people
Honorable
can build
Andy Williams, I know he was working on, I don't know if the facility is already completed in Dusty Highway, right? The license area and then the medical area, the hospital kind of clinic, polyclinic area. I know they're trying to build something somewhere for in the middle of the south of the island. So look, all of these things that these people are talking about, I want to know what are they offering new?
their futures right here in St. George South and not be forced to look elsewhere.
I've built a career in finance and investments, and now I offer my skills and my competencies to you, my people.
Right. Where this guy been all the while? He's now offering his skills and competence to the people. I mean, it's amazing. And that is why I say to you, these people are not offering anything new. They sung like the NNP. I said so weeks and weeks and weeks ago. The NNP and this same party, they are similar. You hear them speak and they don't have any serious plans or programs, or they don't even have vision as to what they want to see Grenada look like in the next 10 years, right? The education sector, health, tourism, housing, human resource development, agriculture. They just don't have what it takes. It's just hot air. They can talk. And if you look at NNP and you look at this DPM, they're similar in many, many ways. And I am asking you, you heard these people. What is your take on this bunch? I want to open up the line and give you a chance to speak. All right? So if you want to call in, you can. The number is 538-0933. If you want to call in and chime in and have your say, you heard them, what they're offering. What is your take on this DPM Peter party? Because I say to a friend, I am from St. John. Ali Gill offering himself up for St. John. I want to know what Ali Gill has done for St. John. Let's go even closer. What has Ali Gill done for Woodford, Concord, Black Bay, Marigot, Grand Roy? Because that's his end, right? It's where he's from, Marigot. And to a certain extent, Grand Roy. Because the Gill, their Marigot, Grand Roy mix. I want to know, what has Ali Gill done for Grenada, for St. John? For St. John. Let's take that call. One sec. Let me just get the Bluetooth going here. 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. Yeah, I want to know. Let me just get the Bluetooth going here for a moment to connect. All right, let me just get us connected to the Bluetooth because I disconnected that. All right, let me get it. Let us get that connected. All right, nice. All right, so let me get that connected there and we can. Hello?
Yeah, Kem. Yeah,
hello,
Kem,
go ahead. Proceed.
I look at this party that launched yesterday, and it's a whole bunch of idiots. So don't beat up.
Well, no. Hold on. I wouldn't say that they're idiots. I wouldn't say that. Nope. I don't know these people. I don't know all of these people. I don't know.
Because,
I can't.
Hold
on, caller. Hold on. This is not the Plead Your Cause program. This is Kem Jones here. They are not idiots. All right? I am saying that they did not offer or put forward anything new, anything innovative, anything full of ingenuity and creativity.
They don't have nothing to offer. Nothing. Yeah. I mean, sorry for saying idiots, but they are.
Right. Well, thank you very much. All right?
Yeah. The NDC already doing everything already. So that them just wasting the time.
All right. One love. All right. Thanks. Great. Thank you very much. Yes. So again, the number is 538-0933. All I'm saying to you, I listen to the people who Peter David and his party put forward. I think it's about 8 of them. And they're empty. They lack substance. What new are you offering? Because you want people to follow you. You want people to vote for you. What new are you offering? Same talking points, same old. Come on. We need something that can attract us to you. But you have offered nothing. Zero. Come on, man. I expected better of Peter and his people because I looked in the crowd there and I can tell you I saw a lot of revolutionary folks, right? The audience that he had. Not all of them, but I saw a lot of people there who I can connect to the revolution. And I can tell you, a lot of these folks, they think they can make a comeback. Yes, they think they can make a comeback. Let me take that call. Sorry there. Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, I watch you live, eh?
Okay.
I watch the caller I called you.
No. Hold on.
I beg you up. I respect
you. Hold on. Make your point, my brother. Forget about the caller. Make your point.
Yeah, don't make it tell people them idiot, yeah?
No, I corrected that. So make your substantive point.
Right. So I love what going on in West Hall. But you have simple everything nice, yeah?
Right.
That is really nice. Boy.
Plenty love. So that's your substantive point is that you love what is happening in the West Hall area. and everything looking nice there. That's the new hospital.
Everything looking nice. Yeah?
Yes. All right. Great.
Big up yourself, Kim.
One love.
We'll drink a beer. I'll buy a beer for you.
Right. Well, I'm not drinking beer now. All right. So
what I mean to you,
yeah. So let me tell you what I'm drinking now.
What are you drinking now?
Coconut water.
Coconut water?
Yeah.
A full ice.
Yeah. One love. All right.
Sorry. Pick up yourself.
Yeah. So when you call, make your substantive point. Because you see, I corrected the call already, said sorry, and then I move on. You see? So just make the substantive point. That's no problem. So again, the number is 5. Let's take that call. All right. Let's take this call here. Good evening. Hello.
Hey, Kim. Good night.
Yeah. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay, man. Good night to your audience. Kim, one thing I would like to start off by saying, the way they organize very good. I will give them props for the way they organize, right? What I would like to speak specifically on, the constituency I'd like to speak specifically on, Kim, is Carriacou, the candidate, the Kojo guy. In his speech, he said that he's ready to, give his expertise and so on in the profession that he's in finance. What I would like to say is, what is his contribution to Carriacou for over the past 13 years? Since I grew up, I never see this guy working, doing anything for Carriacou people. And we have the minister today have been working for the people of Carriacou for the past 13 years, and up to the day he ain't give up yet. So this Kojo guy come and say he's ready to work for the people, but what has been his contribution? Nothing.
Oh.
And his speech, in my view, his speech had no substance. He never really tell the people and he said he's good in finance, and up to now he ain't give us anything that he's gonna be doing to, let me say, generate fundings for us,
right,
and to boost the economy in Carriacou. Up to now we ain't anything like that. So, in my view, he had to wheel and come again.
All right. Blessings flow. All right. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yes, so the number to call is 538-0933. The number is actually on the live. For those who are on Facebook and YouTube, and you've seen that scrolling under there, that thing moving, the number is right there, 538-0933. But if you're overseas and you want to call me via WhatsApp, you have to add 1473. So I want to hear from you. What is your take? Because I listen to the presentations from the 8 candidates or the people who they put forward, and they lack substance. They're empty. Peter David, I'm asking him, what have you done, Peter, for the tongue of St. George? I would love to know. Trust me. The sidewalks are terrible. There is no, hello?
Hello, good night. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Well, I'm okay,
Okay.
Well, yesterday I had the opportunity to sit back and have a listen to the Democratic People's launch, the movement. And mainly some of the things that they come forth with, well, I should say mainly they had a big thing on healthcare. But as it relates to healthcare, we could see things happening inside of healthcare. I mean, probably the most among for a while. And the groundbreaking ceremony for Project Polaris. Now, similarities that the new National Party and the new movement now have similarities in Kim. And I would just say that's what you get when you have breakaway people. They still share the same philosophy.
Yes, that's correct.
They have a problem with Project Polaris.
That's correct.
They keep saying that, okay, if you have an old system, the hospital system as it is, the administrative part inside of it, for the new National Party being there for 20-something years, and they had no real solution of dealing with that aspect and the training for the people in that old hospital. The Democratic People Movement have absolutely nothing to offer because the NDC-led administration already contracted Mount Sinai, one of the best in America. They contracted them to then come and take charge of the training, getting the records. And how they speak of it, the health records. You can go, no longer going into the filing system where you pick up a piece of paper and you have to look for someone records, but you can go into the computer. They started doing that data entry, which is a lot of work. So that is already being done. Then they're moving to statutorize the hospital because the public service is taking too long. Imagine someone coming from SG to apply for a nursing or a doctor in work. And when
not only that, here the plus. If a person, for example, let's say a tourist who has the health insurance and all the coverage and so on, and let's say they come on the boat or maybe the plane, they fall sick and they go to a general hospital. Yes, they have an insurance coverage and so on, but we don't have nothing to absorb that and get back the cost for the health service rendered to them, you know. So it's like it's free for everybody, although there are people who can afford to pay because they have health insurance. There are local people who have health insurance with a couple of the insurance companies here, but there's nothing in place to get back the money to keep the system going. So it's a plus what Mount Sinai is doing and how the whole statutorization process.
We have to applaud them and also give Miss Andrea St. Bernard the praises that she deserves, because this thing is a big thing. That the being that project sponsor and going outside there to get this year for Grenada, because came from working in St. George's University, don't we? This is something that we've been asking. Why don't we have something to keep the students here where they can do residency? And we always hear that they contacted the government, that solutions that they brought to the government, but it was never done. Secondly, Kim, the coronage, for example, I thought Mr. David would have started there in his presentation yesterday to talk about the coronage, because remember, when the port had that meeting that they had, speaking of the birthing, the illegal birthing on the coronage, we lost a cruise line due to a foreigner being injured on that very coronage right there. Mr. David, who is the leader of the Democratic People Movement, never had anything to say what is his plan for the coronage. We didn't even get that from him yesterday. That is in his backyard. He couldn't even tell us what he's going to do to develop the tongue after 20-something years. Take it a step further. Let us take a look at, well, some of the candidates that come there yesterday. Ali Gill. Ali Gill was one who been there with the NDC, the old NDC, the new National Party, and he couldn't even get October, the 1st of Emancipation Day. He couldn't even get that done on as Minister of Culture. Then he take the NDC administration to come in to then give us an Emancipation Day holiday in its rightful day as it's supposed to be. So if you're talking to me about people who could get things done, Ken, I could say the National Democratic Congress, Deacon-led administration is getting things done. There is nothing more.
I think Ali was an ambassador, but he was not with NNP. All right, Peter was with NNP, but I think Ali was some Carriacou, some kind of ambassador. I don't know if it's OECS or Carriacou, one of them. I don't know which one.
But they still, Peter being inside of there, and he was even foreign affairs minister at one time, they still couldn't get these things done. Look at the fish ban. Let's move forward. I heard they talk about agriculture. Alvin Dabrio was Minister of Agriculture. Peter David was Minister of Agriculture. And when I heard the comment made by the lady that's running for St. Andrews Northeast, I was a bit appalled for a second, because I know if she had been doing her research as she's supposed to, she would have known, and she should have had some things to boast on from the political leader during his stint as serving as Minister of Agriculture. But then again, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Right.
So we won't get anything going positive from that political party. We're just running on a rat race again. So that's my contribution.
One love. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. Yeah, well said, caller. Again, the number is 538-0933. So 538. I would love to hear from you. Maybe you saw a little clip. In fact, I saw a little clip with Peter talking about my approximately $35,000 for, I don't know, citizens, young people who, and I asked myself, I said, but wait, use words to that effect. And I asked myself, but wait, we found oil and gas, we have gold, we have diamond, where are we getting all this money from and so on? It's like, okay, it's all lofty as grandiose promises, big talk, but no substance, nothing, no teeth, no nothing to You know, I said to Peter, if you could show me in St. George's, for example, the sidewalks. Have you fixed the sidewalks? Have you named the streets in St. George's? Have you made St. George's, you know, a place that people can really enjoy? Come on, I want to know, what have you done in the town of St. George, the River Road? What have you done in River Road or in Dabo or in Mount Rush? I really want to know. You see, these guys, all they want is power. But power to do what? Because I listen to their platform and I ask, what are they coming to do? What do you really want to do? So you have power in your hands. What will you do with it? What are your plans? What are your programs? What are what is the vision? What do you want to see Grenada look like in 10 years or 15 years? And when you listen to the NNP, it's the same thing. You ask the NNP, what are your plans for Grenada? Okay, you're critical of NDC. You have all kind of bad things to say about the government. You're negative. You're condemning every single thing. But what is the alternative? What are you offering? So you come to me and you say, well, what this man is offering is no good, and you have all kind of things to say about what this man is offering. But I'm asking you, what are you offering that's better, that is great, that is fantastic, that is good for Grenada? And that's my question, you know. I want to know. Because you listen to the NNP on a Thursday or Wednesday, whenever they have their meeting, and you said, but wait, you talk. What are you offering in health that is better? What are you offering in education that is better? Or agriculture? Or tourism? What are you offering that's more attractive, that is better for Grenada? You have not listed or put forward not one plan, not one program, not one policy, not one initiative, nothing. But you want power. And you believe it's a popularity contest. You see, some people have in their mind that it is a popularity contest. They believe, well, it's between Peter David, Claudette Joseph, and who's the next guy? Noel, some Noel guy. They believe that's the contest. It's a popularity contest, and Peter is this, and Peter is that. And that's what they believe. But it's more than that. It has to be more than that. Good evening, caller. Hello? Hello? All right. Hello? Hello. Hi. Yes, go ahead. I don't know what's going on.
I think you run against Skip Mitchell sometimes. It's a one-man party. I can't remember my name. Could you tell me his name?
Hello? I didn't hear you.
I say he had this one man from Hapil. I think he run against Skip Mitchell a couple of years ago.
That's Washi.
You can remember my name?
Who is it? Washington?
Yes, he used to be on Midland TV.
Washi.
To me, this man have a better plan than Peter David and them. If this man really from a good party, he could overthrow Peter David and them. Because Peter David and waste the time. Peter David and them not a plan. The shame Peter David and them no have no. That's why they're trying to fight a thing to take out shame in the eyes to come and play EF party. But what Mitchell don't need him, and MLP go kill him still. They waste the time, NMP.
Well, I mean, when you say that MLP going to kill him, you're talking about figuratively here, politically. You're talking about the politics.
Not I mean about shooting or something.
Right.
Political.
Yes.
Politics. Right word.
Yes.
Yeah, so they waste of time, man. Waste of time. They cancel the Honorable Deacon. That is the man for this country. This man have a plan. This man have a positive plan. This man way ahead. All the whole Caribbean take a picture from this young man. This man is a brilliant man, you know. Nobody. That man was in the 77 summit in Bulin, and the whole world see that man as one of the most brightest man in the Caribbean. Deacon Mitchell, God send this man here to rule this country. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Jake Water. Thank you very much indeed. Again, the number is 538-0933. 538-0933. That's the number to call. Once you call that number, I will bring you live. But if you're overseas, you have to add 1473, then the number 538-0933. Once you do that, I will be able to bring you live. All I am asking the NNP to do is to tell me, what are you offering that is better? What are you? In other words, the pension was paid. The NNP was in power for 23 years and a half, and they did not pay the pension to the public officers who were marching on the streets, fighting for the pension and the gratuity. They did not pay it, and they couldn't care less. So that was paid. That's $75.1 million. So you can't tell us you're coming back to pay that. That has been resolved. The NDC make sure that the pensioners got the pension and the gratuity, and whoever retires from the system, they will get their pension and their gratuity. The pension secretariat is set up, they will get the pension and the gratuity. And NDC went even further, because you had about what, 5,000, 6,000 unestablished workers, or workers who were not permanent in the system, who were not appointed by the Public Service Commission, right? They went as far as to establish a pension for them, a new pension scheme for them, because they were retiring and going home back into poverty with no pension at all. So the NDC did not just pay the people who were protesting and marching, the 500 and something people, well, some, they had them die before inheriting or getting a pension. Yes, the estate got it, but they died fighting for it. The NNP administration never gave them what was rightfully theirs. So the NDC did not stop there. They make sure that these people get the $75.1 million, and they continue to get their pension until they die. But the unestablished workers, they created a pension plan for them. So when they retire, they will go home with a pension. Because remember, when you retire, you still have to buy food. You still have to put clothes on your back. You still have to pay your bills. You still have to visit the doctor, and you might be visiting the doctor more often, more frequently. You have to visit the pharmacy more frequently. You still have to take care of yourself. So people are retiring after working with government for 30 years, 20-something years, 40 years, with no pension, nothing coming every month. So the NNP can't say, well, they're going to fix that, or they're coming to do anything about that. Minimum wage, adjusting the minimum wage. It was the NDC who came in and adjusted the minimum wage, you know. The law says every 3 years you have to adjust it, you know, based on the rate of inflation and so on. The NNP refused to adjust the minimum wage. In fact, when NDC had the first consultation and the engagement, the NNP turned around and say, if you adjust the minimum wage, the employer is going to fire. They're going to downsize their staff. They're going to send home workers. That never happened. Workers continue working. So the security officers, they're getting more. The geriatric caregiver are getting more. The cleaner, the gardener, the laborer, the bus conductor, the housekeeper, the office attendant, you know, the simple workers, they're getting more thanks to the NDC adjusting the minimum wage. So you can't come and tell the Grenadian people that you're going to adjust the minimum wage. NDC is doing that. The public officers, they don't have to go in the streets again and march and protest for an increase in their salary. No. Look at the union of the Grenada Union of Teachers. The president came out and praised the government. They've never enjoyed it. So they've never seen such an easement, thing so easy, where they sit, they discuss, and everybody leave the room happy. So they signed the collective bargaining agreement with all the fringe benefits and all the increase, and, you know, the police, the prison, the only union we're here yet is the Public Workers Union. Daisy Hazard, you know, the surname says it all. So you expect that kind of stupidness, Mayday coming up, because she's this kind of bacchanalish personality in my belief. You know, Daisy Hazard, you know, the name Hazard, that's her surname, Daisy Hazard. But I'm saying all of this to say to you, you have a pro-worker government, and also a pro-business government. Look at all the investors. They didn't pack up and go. No, they remain here in Grenada. Intercontinental, that project is coming on nicely. Six Senses coming on nicely. The Liver project coming on nicely. Silver Sands with the extension and so on and the work coming on nicely. Then there's one in True Blue, some project there coming on nicely. Sandals and La Luna going to Carriacou. That plan is well on its way. So things continue because the government is pro-worker and pro-business. That is very, very important. So the NNP can't come and say to me and you that they have investors line up waiting to come in if they get into power, because the NNP, they were in power before. The new National Party, and I wanted to say the new nasty party, but correction, the new National Party, they were in power. They were in government for 23 years and a half. But do you know, under the NNP administration, the amount of conmen and crooks that came into Grenada, them white guys with blue eyes, and they conned the NNP administration and took away millions and millions of dollars of taxpayers' money. You hear any convestor, any crook, any fraudster come in under the NDC and get through with taking taxpayers' money? Call one name. Tell me one convestor, one crook, one fraudster that came in under NDC and get... No! But under the NNP administration, a lot of conmen and crooks came here and they conned the NNP administration because the NNP administration had weakness of white men. I don't know if they like it soft or they like it blue or they like it white, but they just had weakness of white men, and they were opening so easily and allowing those white men to just take and take and take and take and take during their tenure, during their time in government, which is really sad. So they can't come and say, well, we have investors line up, and if you vote for us, they're going to come in. Give me a damn break. Those folks who are investors, bona fide investors, they continue to do their work. They continue to expand. Come on. And you have those smaller investors who expand into and creating jobs and opportunities for our people. Construction is on the rise. So you can't come and say, well, no, watch, more construction was taking. Well, no, sir, your construction taking place as by. UNC people in the back of van, truckload, van load, work happening. You can't get a mason easy. You can't get a plumber easy, an electrician, a carpenter. You can't get these people easy. They walk in, they're at work. They walk in. So I'm asking the NNP, what you come up with? Look at the amount of things that the government have done in education, free tuition, free hot meal program, the making of the teachers, right, permanent, making the teachers permanent, regularizing the teachers, making them permanent. A whole pile of them got regularized. The paying of the TAM-CC lecturers and faculty. Everything is nice and the environment is conducive for education for our young people. Free tuition, I told you about that. The schools, the St. David's Catholic Secondary School is being constructed. The St. Andrew Anglican Primary School is being constructed. The Grenada Christian Academy is being constructed. The Florida Government School to be constructed. The and I don't know if they started that as yet. The Cali's Government School, they have expanded and did some work there. The School for Special Education. Come on. Labs being built. You have the playing fields close to those facilities, upgraded, lit. What more do you want? The amount of scholarships we have spent under the NDC, more money on scholarships for young people than the NNP in all 23 years and a half. So the record is there to show. You don't need to be a genius to understand what is at play. So what would the NNP come with for education, for example? What would they come with? Agriculture, for example. After Hurricane Beryl, farmers, some get $9,000, some got $4,500. After Hurricane Ivan and Emily, NNP ain't give them farmers nothing. I telling you because I know. They ain't give them nothing. NDC gave them so they could get back on their feet again. And then they got plans concessionary plants, really cheap. Fertilizer, really cheap. Training, a lot of those farmers got training. They got irrigation equipment and materials. And they praising the government. There's a tissue culture lab in place right now. They have a 2 upgraded. Things are happening. Fisher folks, they're back on track. Government go the extra mile. The extra mile. Look at it in Windward Island. Sorry, in Windward. You have the fish market there in Windward. First time. A brand new fish market. The government is serious about agriculture. And you have young people who are in Maribor Farm School that back on track, thanks to the NDC. Thanks to the NDC. And there are so many things in agriculture. They're trying so many other plants that people used to say, well, can't grow in Grenada and can't this in Grenada. You have an apple. They're trying to resuscitate the coconut industry, the spice replanting program, and we can go on and on and on and on. This government is serious. The breeding program, because I remember those butchers, they had to go to St. Vincent and get cows and sheep and goats and whatever to come down and slaughter here, from St. Vincent. But the government decided, and that was under NNPA. NNP never saw, you see, NNP never had vision. Never had vision. So the NDC decided, no, we're going to start a breeding program to get, meat on the table. It will take some time, but we get in there. The artificial insemination program, they have that going on. And then they have the breeding program with higher species of, higher breeds, trying to crossbreed them and so on. Things are happening. Things are happening for people. And then you look at health, the new hospital. You look at the clinics, 21 clinics. Some, they start repairing them already. Some don't to be repaired. They have dental chairs in all the parishes. Mental health is available in all the parishes. I mean, things are happening. 80-something nurses given scholarships and support at SGU. 30 doctors given scholarships on there. You have the nurses from Ghana, the specialist doctors from Nigeria. And we are trying. They increase the salaries of the nurses. They increase the salaries of the doctors. They're regularizing many of them. Things are happening for people. This government never stopped working. So I am asking the NNP, I am asking DPP, DPM, what new? What new? The airport project was completed. Will you be building a new airport in Pulse? Or a new hospital somewhere else? Or a bridge from Sotes to Carriacou? What? In other words, we want to know. Because all you want is power, but what would you do with it? What are your plans? What are your programs? What is your vision for this country? Because, look, Grenadians are very proud at this point to be Grenadians, to be called a Grenadian. Because our stature, our standing, regionally, internationally, man, thank God the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team came into power, The governance is just different. During NNP time, every Monday morning, you hear Keith Mitchell with some kind of damn melee, some kind of confusion, some kind of TB, some kind of... Because, Keith Mitchell is a fouchette, a bacchanal man, a melee man, a confusion man. That's the kind of personality that you get from him. He's a fouchette. So he was prime minister, but always in some bacchanal with somebody, bacchanal with the union, bacchanal with some business, this bacchanal every damn time is bacchanal. Mail everybody time. Every time you talk, he ready to jump at you. I'm telling you. But look at the kind of governance, the kind of leadership we have. Stable, focus. This bacchanal and this stupidness every time you... No. So the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team, they are the right team to move this country forward. At this point in time, we need to support them. We need to encourage them. That is what you want. That is what you want for a country. All right. So again, I'm asking the NNP. I'm asking DPP, DPM, whatever they call them. What are you offering? We hear you all with all this nonsense that you... What are you offering new? will you tell us the kids in the schools you're going to give them laptop computers? Well, the NDC is already giving them. The NDC gave 4,000 or so students in Forms 1 and Forms 2 laptops, free laptops and ebooks. Next year, another 3,000, 4,000 going to get, and the other year, another, and by the time 2-3 years, everybody have. Because, you know, they start with Forms 1, Forms 2, then they're going up to Forms 3 and 4, and then they go into 5. But by the time that year, everybody will be already up. So they don't have to, I mean, boy, you go through the communities, you have nightlife left, right, and center. Because they upgraded the playing fields, they upgraded the basketball courts, they light it up. You have solar lights all on Grandlands Beach, Hope Beach. Everywhere you turn, they bring light into the communities, making it safer for girls and women generally, right? You have play areas, you have the parks, lit Progress Park, you have the stadium, they almost complete with the lighting of the stadium for cricket, night cricket, T20 cricket. Watch, we have to stay focused. We have to stay focused because all these guys in the DPM, DPP, DPG, whatever they call them, and the NNP want is power. What will you do with it? What are you offering? What are you putting forward? What new? What is surprising? What plans you have that is different? You're going to do better than the NDC? Okay, well, let us hear you. Let us, and only hear, because many of you were a part of the NNP. You're there already. We see what you all are capable of already. We see. We're not guessing this thing. So I'm saying you really have to come good. Folks, the NNP is concerned that the election might be called this time, that time. They miscalculated. They thought that the election was going to call on the 28th of this month. Now they moved the goalposts a little further, but they don't have money to campaign, in my belief. The DPP, the DPM, the NNP, they don't have money to campaign. People are going to give them anything to campaign. They broke. All right, so they're scratching. So they want to now play a game thinking that the NDC is going to fall for it and call the election soon. What's wrong with all you? All you go burn out. All you're burning out by the time election NNP, DPM or DPP, whatever they call it, all you burning out by the time the election. Yeah, and all they're going to get stale. All right? In politics, you get stale quick, you know. New York, New York, New York. Yes, we are coming to New York. Get your tickets for the 16th.
On Saturday, May 16th, Brooklyn will come alive with live acoustic performances from some of Grenada's top local acts, setting the stage for an evening that celebrates culture, cuisine, and community. Set in an atmosphere of refined elegance, guests will enjoy a curated Caribbean culinary experience. The evening will also feature a special keynote address by the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada. This premier fundraising affair promises an unforgettable experience where flavor, music, and purpose come together for a truly meaningful evening. Tickets are available now on GoToFate and Eventbrite. Secure yours early and be part of an extraordinary night. Spice indulgence.
Yeah, so secure your tickets. You can go to Eventbrite or GoToFate.com. All right, and then Canada comes alive too. Canada.
It's a celebration of all things Grenadian. Showcase Grenada Exhibition 2026, Sunday, April 12th, 1 p.m. to midnight.
Any chances see I get, I go in Grenada.
Presented by the Grenada Independence Planning Committee in collaboration with the Consulate General of Grenada in Toronto. Hosted by Fatman George. This exciting event features live performances from renowned artists like Talpri.
Welcome to the Job Nation. It's not your imagination.
And Alma Boy, alongside other various artists. Candidacy, Michael Brown, PJP, 473 Odie, Leon Spice, Hudson George, Corey Ross, and Tessa Ann. It's happening at the JCA, 995 Arrow Road, North York, Ontario. Indulge your taste buds with authentic Grenadian food, including the famous oil down, fresh produce, spices, and more. Enjoy thrilling entertainment from steel pan music, drumming, dancing by the Spice Isle dancers, and traditional mass performances like shotney, plus poetry and comedy. Families are welcome. There are plenty of activities for children to enjoy. Explore booths from local vendors and learn about tourism, investment, and trade opportunities in Grenada. It's only $10 for adults. Children 12 and up, $5. Children under 12, absolutely free. This event is made possible by our sponsors, the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Right. So again, thank you there, Jerry, my good partner. I decided to feature that, Jerry Hopkins is doing a fantastic work out there in Canada. All right, because I don't do ads, period. I promote things that are connected to the party, and that's about it. All right. But Jerry's my boy. Jerry's my boy. So I want to thank all the folks who viewed and who shared the program. We had quite a number of people locked on tonight, right? In fact, we reached about 1,200 people, 1,200 or so, Facebook and YouTube put together. So good going, let's continue to share the program. And I'm only talking about Facebook and YouTube. Remember, the program is carried live on Vibes 101.3 FM.